Let me stop you before you get comfortable. If you make over $200,000 a year and still think your lifestyle is secure, you are probably lying to yourself. Not intentionally, not maliciously, just conveniently. Because the math you're avoiding doesn't care how smart you are. It doesn't care how hard you worked or how impressive your LinkedIn looks. Here's the part most people don't want to hear. If your lifestyle only works as long as your income shows up on time every month, your financial life is not stable. It's fragile. Not emotionally, not psychologically, mathematically. And the reason this bothers people is because math doesn't negotiate. The first lie high earners tell themselves: fragility looks like struggle, late bills, credit card debt, paycheck to paycheck stress. That's what fragility is supposed to look like. But that's not fragility. That's visibility. Real fragility looks clean. It looks like a $6,000 mortgage replaced a $2,500 rent because rates might go up, and it's better to lock it in now. It looks like leasing the German car because it's a write-off anyway. It looks like private school tuition because we're investing in our kids. None of these decisions feel reckless. They feel responsible. That's why they work. Let's talk structure. Most high-income people earn variable income, bonuses, RSUs, commissions, equity comp. Even salaried roles aren't as stable as people pretend anymore. But the life built on top of that income, that becomes aggressively fixed. The mortgage doesn't care about your bonus cycle. The car lease doesn't pause because your company missed earnings. The tuition bill doesn't understand a slow quarter. Once those numbers are locked in, they don't adjust, they just wait. This isn't stress, it's arithmetic. Here's where people get defensive. They say they're anxious, they say they're burned out. No, your nervous system isn't broken. Your calculator works fine. You feel stress because if you lost your job for 90 days, your current lifestyle would become a problem. Not a catastrophe, a problem. That's enough, and your body knows it. Every lifestyle has a burn rate, not in theory, in dollars. Your burn rate is the exact amount required each month to keep your life functioning at its current level. Not improving it, not upgrading it, just keeping the machine running. For a lot of high earners, that number is uncomfortable. $18,000 a month, $25,000 a month, sometimes more. And here's the issue. When your burn rate is that high, time stops being your friend. A missed paycheck isn't tight, it's a countdown.
Answer this honestly. If your income dropped to zero tomorrow, how many months could your current lifestyle continue before something had to break? Not panic, break. For most people watching this, the answer is under 3. That's not security. That's delayed exposure. Why success makes this worse? Here's the cruel part. The more successful you become, the harder this is to see. Why? Because success removes friction. You stop checking balances. You stop running worst-case scenarios. Money becomes background noise. That's exactly when fragility grows. Not because you're careless, because nothing forces you to look. The "I still have money left over" defense. This is where people push back. I still save every month. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck.
I have investments.
None of that answers the question. What matters isn't surplus in good months. What matters is survivability in bad ones. If your lifestyle only works when income behaves perfectly, your margin is cosmetic.
It disappears the moment reality stops cooperating.
Performance dependency isn't freedom. Most high-income lives depend on performance, not success, consistency. You can't slow down, you can't check out, because the system doesn't flex with you, it just keeps charging. That's why people making $300K feel more trapped than people making half that. They didn't buy freedom, they bought maintenance. Here's another lie people repeat. My income is safe because my career is solid. Careers aren't assets, they're negotiations with markets, with technology,
With organizations,
with younger, cheaper replacements. A career can look strong and still be one restructuring away from stress. It doesn't take failure, just interruption. The real risk isn't collapse. The real risk is inconvenience, a delayed bonus, a slow quarter.
A contract gap. A reorg that wasn't about you.
Things that shouldn't matter, but do, because the math is tight.
That's what fragility actually looks like.
People avoid this conversation because it threatens their identity.
it questions decisions they justified as smart.
It introduces limits into a story built on success. So they don't examine the math. They just keep earning until something forces the issue. If you don't know your exact monthly burn rate, you don't have a budget, you have a hallucination. And if this made you uncomfortable, good, because most financial problems don't start with bad decisions. They start with numbers people refuse to look at. In the next breakdown, we're going to tear apart how people audit that burn rate without pretending they're willing to just cut back. You'll want that one.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.